Mind the bad camera work. Today is a very simple, very short video. We are making pickled ginger. Why we are making pickled ginger? Well, I love pickled ginger. It's simple to make. It's 4 ingredients, and it's a great palate cleanser. It's great after meal. It's great for when you're drinking. Not that you should drink. I'm not encouraging you to drink. And it's also because it's part of my biology project, which gives me a great excuse to make pickled ginger. Oh, by the way, Chiku, if you're listening, hi, A star, yeah, A star. So okay, I'll get into it. Pickled ginger is very simple. There are only 4 ingredients, if I'm not wrong. There is, well, ginger, obviously. There is salt, there is sugar, and well, we are pickling it today, so there will be vinegar. Any vinegar works. It's just that rice vinegar works best. So yeah, let's get into it. I have been told that young ginger works best. I bought this at the supermarket. Apparently, this is young ginger. It's quite large. So what you want to do is that you want to like scrape it off, and you want to cut it as thinly as possible. After peeling, you should end up with something like this. Now you want to chop it finely. If you don't have the knife skills, you can always use a mandolin to slice it small. But I use what I have. Basically, you want to end up with something like this. Something thin, bite-sized. It's not perfect, but I make do with what I have. Right now, this is where the biology comes into play. This is a hypotonic solution. This is a hypertonic solution. As salt is hypertonic, what it means is that if we put salt in here, the moisture inside the hypotonic solubles will come out into the hypertonic. Essentially, what we're doing is that we are putting salt in to draw the moisture out before cooking. So what we're going to do here is more or less 2 teaspoons of salt, and we're going to mix that around, and we'll let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, so we are going to blanch the ginger in boiling hot water for about 2 to 3 minutes. Washing machine. It may be counterintuitive to put the ginger back into water, but that doesn't mean the ginger will absorb the water. We're just blanching it. It doesn't necessarily absorb much water, so we just put it in, mix around for 2-3 minutes, and drain the water out. Alright, so what I do now is that this is boiling, like this. There's some excess in there, which is Right, so now we just squeeze out as much water as possible before we put in a jar. Alright, so we finished squeezing the ginger dry out of water. Now we want to put it back in the jar. Any jar works as long as it's airtight enough. I'm using I'm repurposing a strawberry jam jar. Reuse, reduce, recycle. Any jar works, it's fine. Then we'll be making the mixture, the brine. That is the key part to the pickling process. We will be using rice vinegar, sugar, and salt. Alright, so angles are not my best friend. No, I don't have a tripod around, so stick around there. What we're going to do now, we're going to make the brine. For this, we're going to add about half a cup of sugar. Lower heat. So then we'll put about half a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna edit that out. Probably. Shoddy workmanship. Most important part of the entire thing, which is rice vinegar. I'm gonna explain why this is important as I open the bottle because I've not opened it yet. Oh great, it's not open. So rice vinegar is important because vinegar is an acid. If I'm not wrong, it is an acid. And it is crucial in this because in the brine, the the acid from the vinegar will kill all bacteria, not allowing it to germinate. It allows the mixture to stay without it being contaminated for upwards to about 6 months to a year. It's how people back in the day used to preserve their food for long periods of time, especially in the winter, where food was not readily available. Right, sweetie. Make sure to stir it constantly to prevent it from burning, which is what we do not want. Now, the salt in this will also help, the salt in this frying will also help with the release of, if I'm not wrong, water, hypersonic to hypotonic from the ginger. The sugar is just for flavor. Don't worry. And there we go. That should be it, and we will stir constantly till the sugar dissolves. Which, oh no. Alright, that is cool, that dangerous concoction, and I'll put it into this. I think it's a bit too much, but it's fine. So I transferred the liquid to the new pot because apparently the sugar got stuck to the old pot. Yep, don't have that happen. Make sure to prepare your ingredients beforehand. Yeah, but otherwise it's going fine. We want the sugars to dissolve with the salt into the rice vinegar before anything. Then we'll transfer this to the jar over there. Alright, now we will let this cool. And once it's cool, we'll put the lid on. We'll put it in the fridge for about a day before consuming. As a general conclusion, these sugar and salt solutions are hypertonic to the ginger cells out, causing water to diffuse out of the cells by osmosis to achieve a dynamic equilibrium. This reduces the water content, leading to the shrinkage of the vacuole and the cytoplasm, which is called plasmolysis. The resulting acidic environment from the brine that we had just made will help preserve the ginger by preventing bacterial growth and not allowing the bacteria to germinate inside, hence allowing to keep the gingers preserved for upwards to a year. And after about 2 weeks, this should be the final product. It smells very, very nice. It's like what you get in sushi restaurants. Good or not, Ba?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Crunchy.
Oh, crunchy, ah? Alright.